Many Christians of this day and age seem to have a lot of trouble hearing the Lord's voice or discerning it. Some people even go to the Lord in prayer and all they hear is crickets. They hear nothing. They don't know why. And they pray and they pray and they pray, but they just can't seem to get that connection. And then they ask why, what's going on? Why can't I hear the Lord? The reason why most Christians can't hear the Lord today is because their focus isn't really on Him. A disciple of Jesus Christ, someone who follows Him, listens to Him, obeys Him, loves Him, and learns from Him, their focus is on Jesus Christ Himself, the person. And by contrast, the focus of many Christians today is church, the Bible, doctrines, their favorite denominations, end-time prophecies, religious activities, even heaven. And they're filled with their own ways, their own gratifications, their own lusts, their own desires. A lot of Christians are focused on religious things, Jesus-themed things. But they're serving the flesh because they're serving Him through religion. They're serving Him their way. They're serving Him with a fleshy mindset. They're serving Him with their ideas and intellect and ambitions. And all of these things, you guys, all these things that most Christians focus on, like church, the Bible, religious activities, fundraisers, end-time prophecies, all of this is flesh. It's just flesh. It's vanity. It's foolishness. Our focus needs to be on Jesus Himself, the person, Jesus Christ. And the reason why you're finding it so hard to hear the Lord's voice is because your mind is so clogged up with religious junk. It's either secular junk, the ways of the world, or with religious junk that's just vain, like Bible knowledge or church fundraisers and church themes. Whether it's religious or not, whether it has Jesus themes sprinkled into it or not, if it's not Jesus Christ Himself, it's vain because Jesus is alive and all these other things aren't. And if your focus is on Jesus Christ, then He can protect your thoughts because He's living. That's what a disciple's focus is. It's on Jesus Christ. And most Christians today haven't learned to distinguish between focusing on the things of God, which can become vanity and become idols, and focusing on Jesus Himself, the person Jesus. And I have news for you. If you're living in a fantasy world that's full of church activities and Bible knowledge, then those things are your God. And they're dragging you to hell, my friend. Because those things can't save you. It's no good. It won't work. If your focus is on those things, then your focus isn't in the right area. Your focus needs to be on Jesus. If you want to hear the Lord's voice clearly, then you need to welcome Jesus into your thoughts all day and every day. Your focus needs to be on His will, His kingdom. You need to wake up every morning thinking about Jesus and His kingdom, serving Him, waiting on Him, obeying Him, loving Him, and living for Him, doing things His way, listening to His voice, waiting on Him, waiting for Him to give you instruction and counsel. All day as you go about your activities. You should be waiting on Him in your heart all day. And not thinking about your life or your daily routine. The armor of God, one of the pieces, is the helmet of salvation. And this goes over your head and it guards your mind. And whether you're wearing the helmet of salvation or not depends on what your focus is and whether you're watching your thoughts or whether your mind is just an open house for whatever passing train of thought goes by. And for your own religious or secular fleshy junk. Because if you're thinking about serving yourself and it's all about you all day, then whether you're going to church and doing religious activities or not, you're really not serving Jesus. Because let me tell you something, up until about 2 years ago, I was very, very, very religious. All my life I was very religious. But I was really a hypocrite. My focus wasn't on Jesus. My focus was on Sunday morning. My focus was on my pastor. My focus was on my Sunday school teacher. My focus was on the King James Bible and my favorite verses. My focus was on church. My focus was on my favorite church songs and hymns. But my focus wasn't on Jesus. My focus wasn't on serving him, waiting on him, and laying down my life to do his will. So you wonder why you're not hearing from Jesus properly? It's because your mind and your communication line with him is so clogged up with other things, with distractions, that he can't get through to you, because you're not making any room for him in your heart and in your mind. Your mind is filled with all these other things, just selfishness and flesh. Whether it's flesh with a bunch of religion sprinkled in or not, it's still flesh. But if you really want to hear from Jesus, then you need to get your mind unclogged and focus on the one with whom you want to commune. Then you'll be able to hear him properly, because you've paved the way in your heart and in your mind to hear him properly. May the grace of the Lord Jesus be with every single one of you.